Okay, let's take a look at one of the fundamental parts of Moodle. You'll see this in most parts of Moodle, so it's important to get to grips with its function. It's called the HTML editor. In its most basic form, it's an item that allows you to add and control content like images, video, text, or coding for the more advanced users. So let's have a look at some of the individual items displayed on the HTML editor. First thing you'll notice is that there are 3 rows of icons, and most of these should look familiar to us as users of Microsoft Office, especially the icons on the left hand side of the editor, which include font family, font size, paragraph, the different types of bold, italic, underline, strike through, subscript and superscript icons, and the bullet points and numberings. On the right hand side of the top row, there's also an undo and a redo button, which you can use when you make mistakes or you want to have a look at how something looks with or without the alterations that you're planning. Also on the top row, there's a find function and a find and replace function, which are useful if you're trying to edit text or large amounts of corrections from copy and pasting. And then finally on the top row there's a full screen editing mode, which I'm sure some of you will experiment with. Okay, so the second row down, again I've referred to these different types of text now. We call them common formatting tools, and they're here on the left hand side. The next block contains our alignment tools. You can align the text to the left hand side, or in the centre, or on the right. The next set of icons focuses on HTML coding, and we'll look at those in a later date, so I don't really want to focus on those at this point. There are also some icons that you might want to familiarise yourself. You can change the colour of your text with this icon, and you can change the background colour of the text with this. And then finally on this row is the icons that can change the direction of the text. Some languages read from right to left, but I suspect you won't be using those icons much. Moving down to the bottom row now, as I've already referred to, you can make lists with bullet points or numbers, as well as using an outdent or an indent. This is a feature that will enable you to create an outlined effect within a text. The next block looks at your links, both internal and external links. You can create a link with a hyperlink button, you can break a link or remove a link with the next button, and then finally if you copy a large selection of text over from another website or a document that already has hyperlinks on it, you can remove those automated links by clicking on this button. The next 2 icons are to do with different types of media, and they allow you to input those different types of media. First one allows you to input an image by clicking on this icon, and the next one that looks a little bit like a film strip is called the Moodle Media button, and this allows you to import video and audio resources. The next symbol allows you to insert equations useful for subjects like business studies and mathematics. And sometimes you'll be required to insert some non-breaking spaces, and this character will allow you to do that type of function. Finally, the next 2 characters allow you to insert a symbol. It might be a degree sign or a divide sign, again for mathematics, and a table similar to the ones that you would see in Excel. You also have the opportunity to copy and paste directly from Excel as well. And then finally, the last 2 characters on the bottom row include a HTML button for those people who are familiar with using HTML coding. I don't really want to scare people off by talking too much about that, but there is the option to be able to code directly in HTML. And then finally, this is a new feature for Moodle 2.0. It's an ABC button with a tick sign, and that's a spell check function. And by clicking on this arrow at the side of the spell check, you'll notice that you can spell check in a range of different languages, which could be useful for EAL students or modern foreign language subjects. Hopefully there are 2 important things that you'll take from this video. Firstly, that it's crucial to be familiar with the HTML editor. You will use it almost everywhere in Moodle. And secondly is that you should already be pretty familiar with that editor, because many of the features that we use in the HTML editor we already use and apply on a daily basis using Microsoft Office in school. Good luck with it, and don't forget to email me with any questions.